Hello, love bugs, queens, anybody that is currently watching. Welcome to episode 2 of Aquarius Truly with me, your host, Lisette Serrano. Yes, my last name is the same as the serrano pepper. That's literally the corniest joke that I have every time I'm introducing myself to people, so excuse that. But oh my goodness, hello, welcome. I just tried a pupusa for the first time. And before anybody comes for me, girl, I'm Colombian. Why would I have a pupusa? That is not native to Colombia. Like, you're not gonna find that in there. Come for me, whatever. I know arepas, okay? And honestly, when I first saw a pupusa, like on Google, I was just like, is this not an arepa? Is it just like a different name for an arepa? Girl, I don't know, but it was really, really good. I had it at the farmer's market on Melrose, and I literally forgot that farmers markets exist. There's like honestly a lot of things that I'm like just realizing, wow, I'm gonna sound silly, but like when I came to LA, obviously I was just very bombarded with having to move around and move around. Having to move and just like unpacking all of my things that I literally forgot. Oh my God, right. I can just like go to a farmer's market. I can roam around the mall. I can see so many beautiful things while I'm out here. I've been going on walks every day this week, literally every day. And I have not been on a walk in a minute just because, like, I've kind of just been driving everywhere if I have to go somewhere. Like, and plus, I go to the gym every day and I just like drive to the gym and I'm like, okay, I went to the gym, I got my workout, which, like, fair. And I don't know, I completely forgot that going on walks is good for your mental health. I know. Same with journaling. It's so crazy. I think being mentally ill is just such an interesting experience because you literally have to do little tasks or else you will go insane unless you're medicated. But I am not medicated. Should I be? Oh, that's more of a problem for my therapist. I don't know what's going on with this episode, you guys. I was actually planning on filming tomorrow, but I went on my hot girl walk. The makeup was already done. The outfit was cute. I went to Marshall's, got a new perfume. So I was like, why not film the episode today since I'm like really feeling myself? You know? Like, I felt the feeling, and I think that that's what I love most about being an artist is that my schedule is just so flexible when it comes to my art that I can either do something earlier or I can do something later in the week as long as it always gets done. That's the concern, y'all, and that is what stops a lot of people from being an artist or being a content creator is they will push aside like whatever responsibilities they have because they're like, I don't have to. But it's like if you go with the mentality that you don't have to, at least for me, you're not going to get it done. No one's going to do it. Like, who else is going to record this podcast episode for me? You guys, this week for the pod, I literally have to record like 5 or 6 episodes. So I have to film pretty much every day. So it's probably good that I'm like getting one of the episodes out of the way, but it's because I'm going home for like 2 weeks. So two and a half weeks. And I'm not coming back until like, I'm coming back on a Sunday. So that means that like whatever episode I made has to be up. So I just literally have to pre-record so many things. Whew, we're going to just like take a deep breath because girl, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm Lisette. I always persevere. When I set my mind to something, it always does indeed get done. So I think I just have to be hopeful that it is going to get done and that I am going to complete all of my work and it will happen. And it's at least something that I am passionate about. First of all, thank you to everyone. I'm not sure if I said this at the beginning, but thank you to everybody that listened to episode 1, whether you listened to it or whether you came on to the YouTube channel and you subscribed. Literally, thank you so much. My friend actually just texted me 2 minutes ago being like, girl, your voice is perfect for podcasting. And like, I don't know, that just kind of made me feel really good. I probably just deafened a lot of you. Sorry about that. But today's topic, I actually want to talk about motivation and continue this conversation that I had in the beginning about mental health and things that you can do to just sort of improve things in your life and improve your mental health, and sort of how that connects to transforming your life and living your dream life. Coming from a girl who literally used a money jar to manifest her move to LA. The first thing I want to bring up is that there has never been a time in my life where some opportunity has been taken away from me and something better has not come after that. And I'm not saying immediately after, because girl, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have been like in the trenches previously, especially the day before I filmed the first episode of this podcast. I was very much in the trenches. Like, I woke up, my eyes were puffy. It was that kind of night, you know what I mean? And I've had nights like that before, but I think this is such an important point in life, is that, at least in my experience, I've never had something taken away and like it wasn't for the better, like something better didn't come in its place. And I think the problem that we have a lot of times, especially now, is that we'll see people achieving things so quickly and we're constantly exposed to what other people are doing, which is so overwhelming. And like, comparison is truly the thief of joy. Comparison will literally stop you from appreciating anything that you have in life. Girl, that is a fact. Like, the second that you get something good, for instance, like you land a role in a movie, or like you release a single, the second you start comparing that work to another actor, like you compare it to like someone who has like an Oscar or something, or someone who has a Tony, someone's on Broadway and you're like an off Broadway, like the second that you start looking at these other people and are like, oh man, like I should be doing what that person's doing, or like I'm not moving up quick enough, and like sort of making it a competition, all of that joy that you felt about what you perceived as such a big accomplishment gets stripped away the second you start comparing yourself to other people. And then you're just going to have that mentality where you're not really viewing your accomplishments as accomplishments, and that you constantly feel like you have to do better and that you're never going to amount to anything, essentially. And I've definitely had these feelings as an artist, and like I've been able to thankfully step out of that to a certain extent. Obviously, like, comparison is the thief of joy, but naturally it's going to happen. You just have to fight it. And it's so hard because it's like, why do I have to constantly like tell myself that I'm enough? Why do I have to constantly tell myself that my accomplishments are valid? But it is truly just a part of life. And when you start adopting, I don't know. When you start like having that mentality of I am enough, this accomplishment is huge, and you see every little, whatever seems to be so little to you, the second you start seeing those accomplishments as like really big and powerful things for you and powerful successes, that is when your life starts transforming. That is when you start receiving more things from the universe or God or whatever higher being you believe in. Or maybe it's even your higher self. Maybe it's just having some force or guidance, whatever y'all believe in. The second that you start appreciating your accomplishments and seeing them as these grand, amazing things, your life changes. Like, Girl, let me just tell you, I just started this podcast, and I already see that as an accomplishment. I am not comparing myself to, like, I guess, Canceled by Tana Mojo or like other podcasters, The Comment Section by Drew, like podcasts that I like listening to and I enjoy. I'm not comparing my podcast to other shows. I'm comparing my podcast episode to like the episode before. How can we improve? How can we be more articulate with our words? And I truly am able to support my art, even my TikTok account. Girl, I rewatch my TikToks all the time. Like, for some reason, the algorithm hates to see me posting a vlog, bro. Like, they hate it. They literally only like what I think gets pushed to the For You page the most from my account is my Glee skit videos, girl. That is what goes viral. Or like when I'm running my mouth online saying something lightly controversial, that is like what gets pushed. And it is like so discouraging sometimes because I'm like, ugh, do people just like not care about my life or like not care about my vlogs or anything? But honestly, I just like that I record everything and it's not going to stop me from filming lifestyle content, from filming any beauty content, because I trust my work and I trust my craft and I trust my ability to edit. I trust my ability to showcase really good parts of my life and sort of make it very cinematic. And I think Vlogmas has just been really helpful with tapping into that, tapping into enhancing my work ethic, into enhancing my ability to edit, my ability to film. Like, if you get yourself into the habit of working towards your career and working towards your dreams every day with just little steps, you don't have to do the biggest step in the world. I had a really rough time when I graduated where I was just like sending emails every day. And it was literally such a hassle and it wasn't going anywhere, obviously, because my mindset behind it was just very much like, this isn't going to do anything. It's a waste of time. And when you are feeling negative about something, it is just going to bring more negativity. It's going to feel like more of a drag to have to do this thing. And then you lose motivation in that way. But when you are practicing things that you love and tapping into your art in ways that you really love to, your life transforms. I think Vlogmas not only has helped me tap into these work ethic aspects, it's also helped me better my life because I'm like, I have to film something. I feel like maybe today we shouldn't just like stay in bed and like do all whatever work we have to get done from our bed. Maybe we do something that excites Lisette. So today I actually filmed a Vlogmas where I went to Victoria's Secret, I went to Marshall's, and like I was on my hot girl walk. Yeah, I love a good hot girl walk. But that was sort of what I did today. And I feel like the more that I'm filming these things, the more I want to do stuff, the more I want to film different clips and like different scenery. And a change of scenery can really, really, really help you out. I have never been this motivated in December. Never. Truly never. I'm trying to think back. And it's because every December, with the exception of times where I've like gone to visit my family in Colombia, I'm in the Northeast. And I'm depressed, obviously, because it's freezing cold. And I don't know about y'all, but like when I have to get work done in New York City and there is snow and it is nasty and you have to walk out of the subway, you have to bundle up to go anywhere, that does not motivate me. Like I have really, really bad seasonal depression, y'all. And like, honestly, it hasn't been bad out here because yes, it gets dark at 5 p.m., but it doesn't get dark and freezing. Like, you know what I mean? When you're in New York, it gets dark and then it's like 20 degrees. And sometimes it's like below 10 degrees. You literally have like no motivation to do anything. I am just like, I just want to curl up in my bed and just like stay here and do absolutely nothing. Here, the sun is out. So I've been waking up a lot earlier and just like going outside and like literally touching some grass, bro. Like it can improve your mental health so well. And for those of my friends that are listening that are in the Northeast, I do have like some tips and tricks to dealing with that. And I made this reel, I think around a year ago, I want to say, maybe a year or two ago, I think 2 years ago, which is so crazy. I can't believe 2022 was 2 years ago. But I was talking about how if you get started on your night routine earlier, you'll feel more motivated to do it and more motivated to take care of yourself, because honestly, there's no way you are going to achieve your goals if you are not taking care of yourself. Girl, I'll be so real with you. Like, it is not going to happen. It's really not. Like, you are just going to feel very sluggish, especially in New York. Like, you are just going to not want to do anything because, girl, your hair's a mess, your skin's a mess, your life's a mess. Oh my God, I laugh so hard at myself. I'm sorry. Cheese day. But literally, like, when I was back in the Northeast and before I started like adapting ideas with how to deal with seasonal depression, I was not like taking care of my hair. Like, I was just like, I wasn't even taking care of my skin. Like, I would literally use a cleanser and then go to bed. No moisturizer, no toner, no hyaluronic acid. Like, I did not care. I did not give a fuck. The second I started giving a fuck about taking care of myself and putting these practices in for self-care, journaling, meditating, that was when I started to notice that things were getting better. And that's why 2023 was such a good year, because I, in 2022, started doing these things where I was like, okay, I'm going to do my routine early. I'm going to shower. We're going to exfoliate. We're going to get our nails done. We're going to get our feet done, which I have to get my feet done because, girl, it's not cute. But when I started doing those things, that's when I felt more motivated to write. I was writing a lot of the songs from my album. I was doing really well in school. And I just felt overall more motivated and better about myself. And when you feel good about yourself, that is when you are going to create your best work. This goes for anything. This is not just artists. I just like say everything in an artist context because I am an artist. So that's just my experience. But literally, if you are not taking care of yourself, do not expect to see results from the work you're doing, because then you're just effortlessly hustling for no reason. You are not feeling good about the work you do. Like, it's not as fulfilling. But when you're feeling good and you're putting out your best work, you are going to attract better things and amazing opportunities. This week is actually a perfect example of this. It's Sunday, but we're going to talk about the previous week. So, we all know I got soft fired. I don't have to. I know y'all are tired. Like, we get it, bitch. You were fucking soft fired. Yeah, I know. But I cried. I let it out. I was sad. Whatever. But then I was like, I'm going to start taking care of myself again, taking care of my skin, taking care of my hair, taking care of like putting on a cute outfit, you know, feeling myself and everything, and prioritizing my art again. I started doing that, and that's when I literally booked work for this full week for my teacher's aide job. And now I have this upcoming week. I trust that more work and abundance is going to come in. So that trust is what is going to attract it, because I feel good about myself and I feel ready. And now your girl can pay her rent, her credit card, her loans, her bills, her whole thing. Oh my God, I literally hate being an adult, y'all. Like, I cannot stand it. It is the worst. I hate it, but I love it. But you know, I was really stressed about those things when I lost my job, which obviously it's like so sad how often people lose their job in this country. Like, it's just very common. Everyone knows someone who has been laid off or who has just like lost an opportunity of some sort. And it's really sad that we all know someone like that who has had that experience, or if we ourselves have experienced that. But when that happens, like, you can't give up and you can't stop, obviously, girl, because like, what is the other option? We give up and then I get evicted? Girl, be serious. But with all of that and with feeling good about myself, I thankfully am like in a good spot now. And I think that's why my reels are getting a lot better. My TikToks, I guess, are getting like more exposure. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I can't speak. I forget how to pronounce things, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I think a lot of my other art, like, it's doing well because of the mindset. A mindset shift will transform your life, and being in the correct environment will transform your life. Now that I'm living in a place where the sun is always out, it is barely cloudy, and it's rained one time, and even the time that it rained, y'all, it drizzled. I have not seen like a downpour of rain literally since I've been here. And the rain really used to discourage me a lot. And honestly, I feel like if I were to see it now, I'd be like, ugh. But, you know, it was just one of those things where, like, girl, get up. Like, if it's raining and there's no sun, today you gotta be the sun. You gotta be the sunshine. Because you have no other choice. That's the thing. Like, I think how to transform your life is realize that, like, if you don't take these steps and if you don't prioritize your mental health and your wellness and just like your spirituality, the other option is just to be sad and to feel terrible about yourself. Who wants that? Let that be your motivator. That by transforming your life and by caring about yourself, good things are going to come always, bro. Like, literally every time. You will always receive. When you are in receiving mode, you will receive. Like, I cannot stress that enough. The universe knows when you are prepared for something and when you need to relearn the same lesson again and again. And I am definitely guilty of having to relearn so many lessons in life. Like, girl, oof, especially like with relationships, y'all. Ugh. That is a whole other pod in and of itself, girl. But I think being in the sun, people are different. Sometimes people feel more motivated being in a cloudy area or in a rainy area, which is fine. You just have to figure out what environment works for you. If you're in an environment right now and you have the means of changing it and you're able to move to a different city or able to go somewhere else and get a change of scenery, or even just go on like a little weekend trip or something, do that. Literally do it. See other places. See who you are in other places. See who you are when you are humbled. Moving is humbling. It is humbling. And I knew it was going to be a humbling experience. Like, I'm not stupid. I was like, I'm not going to come to LA and have everything figured out immediately. And I knew that. I took a big risk coming here, shipping my car, registering my car in here, becoming a resident. Like, there are so many steps to moving, and it humbles you. Being financially independent is so humbling. I know my parents love me a lot and have helped me through so much. And I know damn well, like, if I were going through something and like I needed money desperately, they would help out. However, I refuse to put a burden like that on them. I refuse to. I think it has to do with the fact that, like, I just have a lot of pride as a person. Sometimes a little too much. And I'm kind of stubborn. Girl, I'm really stubborn. But because I have that where I'm just like, I refuse to do that to my parents, I just like, I don't really ask them for money like that. Since I've moved also, like, I haven't asked them for money. Like, girl, they're helping me like with an application fee for the certification that I need for this job. But like, other than that, I'm like financially on my own. So that is humbling, and it's this really scary thing to have that and to be independent in that way, but you grow thicker skin and you ultimately like just feel way better about yourself and you feel more confident in yourself essentially. And I feel like I just like would not feel like I feel like I wouldn't have had that experience and like not known how to be independent had I not moved. Like, or how to be independent had I not moved. I would have just been at home and like not having to pay rent. Obviously, I like funded like a lot of different things for myself and took care of myself in different ways, but it's just like not the same as like moving out and being completely on your own. Like, girl, it's scary. A city where you don't know everybody here. Thankfully, I've been able to like connect with many different people and like, you know, I'm getting to the groove. I'm like trying to see like a friend a week, build sustainable friendships and like all that good stuff. And I'm blessed to have the people that I've met. I'm blessed that like some of my close friends actually moved around the same time as me, which I literally didn't even know was happening. But I feel like those close friends moving were also like a sign from the universe that like you're going to be okay. I'm going to even give you some people that can like just be here with you and like support you when you're going through stuff. And it's just so good to have that where there's like certain people that you can count on, especially when you feel lonely in a city like this sometimes. I mean, honestly, I haven't really felt the loneliness, but I'm an Aquarius, so I just love being on my own and spending time with myself and going on solo dates and stuff like that. But, you know, it's like back in New York, I felt a little lonely, even though like I definitely knew more people there. Obviously, like I'm from Jersey and like I was going in the city a lot growing up because my parents worked in the city. So I wasn't alone and I had my parents like literally 40 minutes away from me. This is the farthest I've ever lived from them, which can truly really be a scary thing, especially like someone like me. I'm very, very family oriented. I love my family. I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my sister. I love my cat. Like, you know, so not having them here, like just being downstairs or like, you know, not having my mom's cooking, it's rough, girl. Like it gets a little hard sometimes, but you know, I trust that like if I'm ever going through it and I'm like, I gotta go home, I gotta be at home for a while, they would help me out, which is nice. But I mentioned the thing about burden, you know, like I don't want to do that or put that on them. And honestly, like things are really good right now out here. I'm seeing them soon because I'm going home for Christmas, which is why I literally have to film like 5 episodes. But, you know, being here and just like being in the city that I wanted to go to, that I wanted to live in like for so long, it really has motivated me to expand my art in so many different ways. Like I don't feel held back here. I feel like I'm moving closer towards my goals. I feel like I am consciously taking steps every day. And it's just the impact, like I mentioned, the impact of changing your environment and changing where you are living and like being able to live somewhere. I'm like here where I'm just like, I'm decorating my room, I'm decorating my living room, I'm lighting my candles, you know, I want a little glass of wine, like things like that. I blast my music like on the TV. Like it is nice to just be able to do all of those things and like to expand ways of not only expanding my ways of my art, but expanding ways of being kind to myself, knowing that I made a big change and not being so rough on myself when things like losing a job happens twice, you know, like just, you just really have to be kind to yourself. We're so kind to other people all the time. Girl, what about you? You got to be nice to yourself. You have to realize sometimes that you're going through changes. You are constantly transforming, especially at this age. I don't know how many of y'all are listening and are 23, just like me. I'm going to be 24 in February, which is literally crazy. I know it's not old, but it's just like, I can't believe I've been on this earth for almost 24 years. Insane. But at this age, a lot of the times in your early 20s, it feels like everything is the end of the world. It feels like what you're living in is not going to end. It feels like things are not going to get better. But girl, time and time again, they always do. They always get better. When things are in the trenches and things are bad, tell me they don't get better. Tell me you don't feel at least 1% better. And when you feel 1% better, that motivates you to feel, let's try 2%, let's try 3% the next day, you know? You just have to feel a little better every day. You don't have to feel 100% every single day. You're not going to, and it's not realistic. Like, not everything is going to be perfect all the time. Not everything is going to be amazing. Not everything is going to be a movie. It's not. And there's something romantic, I guess, about the universe putting you through stuff so that it tests you to how much you care about yourself, how much you are willing to put in the work, how much care you're willing to put into yourself, and how much you're willing to transform. Life is a constant test of how much change you're willing to have. You only have to change as much as you want to. Girl, you do not have to transform all the time either. I just say this from an Aquarius perspective. Like, I love transforming. I love changing. I love when I open my tarot deck and it's the Tower card, because I'm like, girl, that means the change is coming. I love the discomfort because I know that whatever discomfort I'm feeling, it is about to turn me into the best version of myself yet. Okay? Like, and that change is something that I just will never give up, and I will never feel resentful about it. I started this new thing this year where I told myself, you truly have to believe that when something doesn't work out, it's because it was not meant to at all. The peace that mindset brings you. Not fighting with the universe. I'm not saying to give up every time something doesn't work out. Like, don't misconstrue it now. But if, let's say, you were in a relationship and like y'all break up, trust that person is not meant for you, at least not at this point in time, and maybe accept the idea that they might not ever be meant for you. And that is fine, because it's not meant for you. And if it's not meant for you, then good riddance. Bye. Like, you don't need it if it's not meant for you. You don't need that person if it's not meant for you. You don't need that small opportunity if it's not meant for you. Like, I'm about to be a little morbid about this, but I feel like this will help people understand where I'm coming from. Let's say you don't get a job one day. Let's put in the context of the job that I have right now, that is, that if they call you, they call you. If they don't, they don't. Let's say you have a job like that and you're like, I really want to work tomorrow. I really, really, really want to book something for tomorrow. Fast forward to tomorrow, they never call you. And you're like, damn, like, I'm not going to get any money. I'm not going to get paid. Like, what do I do? Like, no, I got to like fight for this or everything. Girl, perhaps, and this is the morbid part, so I apologize. What if you got that job and then you got into a car accident? What if you got that job and you couldn't see the friend that you ended up seeing because you didn't have work that day, and then they passed the next day? I know it's morbid and I know it's dark, and these are obviously very extreme scenarios, but there is always a reason why something doesn't work out, and it's not your responsibility to know that reason. So, and I'm not saying this to scare anybody or anything, or like to have y'all just like never fight for anything in your life. Obviously, I want you to fight for your dreams and everything, but trust that there are other ways to success than the one that you are so desperately attached to. Please trust that. Don't have this mentality that there is only one way to get your goal. That's so limiting. Like, it is so, so limiting. How many people have what you want right now and all did it in different ways? I want to be a really successful content creator, a really successful actress, a really successful singer. And I have so many role models, and they all went about it differently. Let's take Ariana Grande and Karol G, two fantastic singers, fantastic artists that I admire so much. Did they have the same speed of success? Absolutely not, girl. Miss Karol G was working for 10 years in this industry without reaping any of the benefits or like seeing any change or seeing any success, any like large success, like I guess with the success that she has today, where she was able to break into American mainstream music. She has been working on this for 10 years and she just like sold out MetLife Stadium twice. She just got a Grammy, you know? And she had been working and everything. And then there's someone like Ariana Grande where she worked very hard as well, but it came differently. It came a lot quicker. We all knew who Ariana Grande was like a lot quicker than like the world knew about Karol G. And it just goes to show that like you can have so many role models and they all accomplish things differently. So if they accomplish things differently, why can't you accomplish things differently? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why can't it be you? Why shouldn't it be you? Like, who's to say that like your road to success is some way that like no one has even received their success in this way yet? Like, things are constantly changing and the world is changing, even just like TV in general, like how I view TV. I really miss the TV of like the early 2000s. Like, girl, that was my ish. Like iCarly, Zoe 101, Degrassi. Like, I always wanted to be on a TV show like that. So I am not going to rely on like, oh, I need to get this manager, I need to get this agent, and I need to do this steps, and I need to submit to this many things and do this and this and that. No, I'm going to create my own media. I'm going to email who I want to email. I'm going to do my own research. And we are just going to be trusting in the universe and trusting in our spirit guides that whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. And that under it all, you are going to be okay. You are going to be absolutely fine. The universe wouldn't want you to worry all the time about certain things or worry about when you're going to achieve something. They wouldn't. So don't worry about yourself. Just let things come to you. If you work hard at the things that you want to achieve and you work hard towards your dreams, there is no way that you are not going to receive anything from that. Maybe it's success in a different way. Maybe it's not what you expected, but overall, you are going to feel proud. You're going to feel good about yourself, and you're going to be doing what makes you happy. There is no regret in finding joy and receiving that. You will not feel any regrets if you don't get this one thing that you've always wanted, which honestly, I think all of y'all are capable of getting that one thing that you've always wanted in life. If you truly set your mind to it, I truly believe it for you. And I'm not even just saying that. Like, I think anything is possible. I've seen so many impossible scenarios, not just for me, but for other people work out in their favor. So I don't see why it can't happen for you. Like, I really don't think that the world is that nasty or gnarly that you're not going to achieve or amount to anything. Like, I really don't. And y'all can call me optimistic. Y'all can say whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I have so much peace and joy and happiness knowing that the universe is always rooting for me, knowing that my spirit guides are always rooting for me, knowing that I'm always rooting for me. And no one can touch that joy because it comes from within. You can't touch that joy, girl. You can't take it away from me. You can't say anything to me that's going to make me think like, oh no, this person said this, so I guess like I'm not going to receive this award, or I'm not going to find success in this way. No, because my joy comes from within. And when it comes from within, you're protected. Girl, I want to just end it on that note that y'all are so protected and that you are so capable of achieving everything that you want to achieve. And I really, really want y'all to just like never, ever forget that. And you truly deserve everything in the entire world, the universe. The world is your oyster. The world is truly your oyster. And you should really just continue to work towards your goals and continue to work towards your dreams, because I promise, no matter what, the reward is always going to be something that is great, that is amazing, and that transforms you into the best version of yourself. Don't regret becoming the best version of yourself. There's no room for regret. There's no room for comparison when you are in charge of your happiness, and when everything is internal, and when you surround yourself with good people, and when you love yourself and put that love and attention into your life and into bettering yourself. So I hope y'all feel a little motivated. I hope y'all enjoyed episode 2 of Aquarius Truly. If you want, you don't have to, but like if you want to, I would literally love you forever. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Lisette Serrano, or Serrano. I've realized that my name in English is actually pronounced Serrano. I've been saying Serrano. I don't know, girl. I don't freaking know. But thank you guys for listening. And we will be back next Friday with episode 3. I wish you guys the most success, the most love, and the most overall happiness and motivation this December. Bye.